We're going to be talking about something pretty heavy today.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those things that's sadly all too common.
Right.
But a lot of times, it's kind of hidden.
Yeah, it happens in the shadows a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
And today we're looking at the loss of Nigerian guitarist Fiokee's sister.
Yes.
And she was a victim of domestic abuse.
A tragic case. And what's really striking about this is that even though domestic abuse is a global problem, like the World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 3 women worldwide will experience violence at some point.
It's a staggering number.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a really huge problem. But despite how widespread it is, it often goes unnoticed. It flies under the radar. It's a complex issue.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of cultural and societal factors that kind of contribute to that silence.
And that's what makes this story about Fiokee so poignant.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that his sister was suffering.
He had no idea.
Until it was too late. We're working from an article titled Fiokee Loses Sister to Domestic Abuse. It was published on February 9th, 2025.
Okay.
And in the article, it talks about how he shared his grief and like a plea on Instagram.
Yes. Very powerful.
Yeah. And it's just heartbreaking to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it makes you think, how can we do better?
Exactly.
By recognizing the signs, and offering help and support.
Yeah. And Fiokee's call, for people to speak up if they're in these situations, it's powerful and it's so important. But we have to kind of dig deeper into why victims often stay silent.
Right.
It's not a simple answer.
No.
Fear is definitely a major factor. Not just the fear of physical harm, but also the fear of the consequences of speaking out.
Yeah.
Social repercussions, financial instability, losing custody of children.
Losing your support.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like the abuser creates this web.
Yeah.
This web of control.
Yeah.
And it makes it incredibly difficult
to break free. Yeah, it's you read this, and there's this quote in here.
Yeah.
And it really stood out to me because Fiokee says, if you are in an abusive relationship, please, I beg you, speak up.
Right.
I know it's not easy. He said, and then he goes on to say, I know fear can make you stay quiet, but silence can be deadly.
Yeah.
And then he ends by saying, there are people who care. People who will help you. Please don't wait until it's too late.
Yes, such a powerful message.
It is. It's so powerful and it's so true. And it's like...
And heartbreaking because he's saying this in the wake of this terrible loss.
Exactly.
So it's coming from a place of deep pain and wanting to prevent this from happening to others.
Exactly. And it's like, but how do we
do that?
How do we create that environment where victims do feel safe?
Right.
Speaking up.
That's the core challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to go beyond just telling victims to speak up. And really focus on how do we create a societal shift?
Yeah.
How do we change the environment?
Right.
Education is key.
Yeah.
Understanding the different forms of abuse. Like coercive control, for example.
Right.
Which can be so subtle.
Yeah.
But incredibly damaging.
Incredible.
So understanding that, understanding the red flags, like isolation from friends and family, sudden personality changes, unexplained injuries. These are things that can help us identify potential victims.
In our own circles, even.
Exactly, in our own life, in our own communities.
Yeah, so it's about being aware and being informed.
Absolutely.
So how do we connect this to the bigger picture? What resources are actually out there that people can turn to? Yeah. Fiokee is calling for justice for his sister, but sadly, that won't bring her back.
No, it won't.
So what can we do to actually help those who are trapped?
So there are organizations, that are dedicated to providing support. Hotlines, shelters, legal aid counseling services.
These are good things.
These are really important resources, but we need to make them more accessible, more widely known, and also culturally sensitive, right? Because in some cultures, family pressure or stigma might prevent someone from seeking help outside the community.
Right. So
that's where community-based initiatives are so crucial.
Yes. It's about empowering both individuals and communities to take action. And this tragedy, it really underscores the importance of not just reacting to these situations, but being proactive about creating a safer environment.
Absolutely, from the get-go.
Yeah.
Fiyokee's plea resonated with so many people.
Yeah.
Because it tragically highlights this systemic issue. And it's a wake-up call for all of us. We, as a society, we need to prioritize prevention through education, early intervention, and holding abusers accountable.
Yes, holding people accountable,
Yes.
This has been a difficult,
it has,
but very crucial conversation.
very important.
Fiokee and his family are in our thoughts.
Absolutely.
But their loss can serve as a reminder.
Right.
A stark reminder for all of us.
Yes.
So what can you do?
What can you do?
Even in small ways to create a safer environment.
In your own life, in your own community.
For those around you.
For your loved ones.
Maybe it's educating yourself. Maybe it's having open conversations. About healthy relationships.
About what healthy relationships look like. What are the red flags?
Or maybe it's just being a compassionate listener.
Being there for someone who might need it.
Because change really does begin with awareness.
It does.
And I think collectively,
I think so too.
we can work towards breaking this cycle of domestic abuse.
Yes.
We can.
We have to.
We have to.
Yeah.
It's up to all of us.
Yeah.
It's not just a problem for victims or for organizations. It's a problem for society as a whole.
Yeah.
And we all have a part to play in solving it.
We do.
We do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It was a really important conversation. And I hope that our listeners out there will take this to heart.
Me too.
And, really think about what they can do in their own lives.
Because even small actions can make a big difference.
They can.
Yeah. So
this is all do our part.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it could to other.
And to all of our listeners out there, thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye.
Bye.
Please ensure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.